filming.
Yeah, no, I went off on a thing
Yeah,
at the start.
yeah,
So
yeah,
no. That
yeah.
was that was November.
Oh, that was hot. Yeah.
So hot in Bermuda Triangle.
Very hot.
Was that crazy day that a pigeon nearly knocked you out in the backyard?
That was weird. Yeah, that happened
then,
like twice after that as well. It was really
so
weird.
a pigeon basically missed him by like that much, like full force. Then there was paint for some reason in Aoife's kitchen, but someone didn't put the lid on the paint, and I was told to move the paint, and then I moved the paint, and it fell over, and all the paint went everywhere. I mean, everywhere.
And it's one of those things where you're trying to clean paint, it takes like
I was just like so much of it, and I was just like, I was first like, you're just like, I don't know what to do, and it was like crazy. Then Johnny and Tanya had been out the night before, and they'd had been walking along the cliffs of Hoth, and Johnny was completely
like
burnt.
He looked like
to
salmon. Like it was just.
Well, you have the BTS so that you see him on that. Yeah. We'd never met before, we never had a connection before, me and Johnny. And at the start it felt a little bit of a struggle. It was like, for me it was like trying to get that connection, and I think Johnny was more used to being the script. You know what I mean? I felt that was like, okay, he's not so used to it, but also he's fucking burnt to a crisp, so he could have just been wrecked, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was waiting to get to that point where like it opened up, and it took a little bit of time for it to open up, and I was like...
Yeah, it was weird, even like I felt really nervous or something, because I've never met them before either, and like there was this weird kind of, I don't know what it was, I felt like kind of like when I was speaking about it and explaining that, I felt like they weren't getting it or something.
Yeah, that's what
I just was like, oh shit, I hope they understand what I'm saying, do you know what I mean?
The first one when we're sitting down, and then obviously you love that whole and the lion.
Yeah,
the
he just improv this really cool thing with the lines, and it like just the way he said it and the way he portrayed it.
I was like, all right,
it just fit really well.
The way lions like in Africa. What are you talking about? The two male lions, they fight it out. The woman, the female lion, she sits there and watches and mates with the winner. It's to keep the species at the strongest.
And then when he was saying that, I was like, that just kind of fits. That's one of those things again that came out, and I was like, I had no plans on saying anything about lions, and then just boom, came out.
Then when we were in the kitchen and we were doing the whole thing about the work thing, I felt that was like we were super connected.
That was cool.
I felt like being back when I was 17 working up at the airport, and my dad worked up the airport as well, and it was just like...
I didn't know that either, by the way, so...
yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know, if you make a balls of that, that's £1,000 worth of food just gone.
Yeah, I check it like 5, 6, 7 times. Like, you don't see me like I do my best there. Like,
yeah, I know. I'm just saying, if you make a balls of it, it's me that got you in. It'll come back on me. It looks.
Have I made a balls of it yet?
I'm just saying, if
it's everything's. I'm not. I just want to get some food. Do you want anything?
Yeah, give us a cab, yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake. I've only got a bottle here.
One out of the shops, did you?
So there was that point where I was like, okay, I could get that vibe going on, and I was like, okay, that I felt really connected to Johnny then, and I was like, I was getting, and also like, you know, you're having to play a guy not on camera but off camera, so I the way I told Conor, let's approach this like this is rehearsals, like we're doing a play, like it still needs a performance. You can't not have a performance, you can't be just like it's sterile, but it's a play, you're having a scene here, but it also allowed a little bit more relaxations for actors.
Yeah, you could like hide a bit more.
Yeah, you didn't have to. You could hold the script a little bit. You could be looking through the thing. You don't get that option, and you don't want to be an actor that's going around with a script. You want to be getting your lines off as quick as possible. But at least with this, you could just go, okay, I can relax a little bit with it. Okay, so we'll go on to the next part of Tanya and Johnny. And Tanya, Johnny, and little Sonny who came in.
So I was looking through the clips there, and I don't know what happened to this section, but all the stuff we recorded is gone. It wasn't that long of a section, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put through the GoPro footage of Tanya, Sonny, and Johnny acting together, just a small bit. So I'm so sorry.
Who's that little girl, huh?
Stop, Dennis, stop.
Well, I can't touch my wife now.
Just give me space, you're all fucking over me.
Aye, you gone off me, isn't it?
Don't start, you've had too much.
You've no problem letting other lads get comfortable.
Are you really gonna go there tonight, yeah?
Well, you always have something to say, don't you?
I always have something to say because you're always fucking pissed. You can't just walk all over me.
Oh, so you think I have the problem?
Well, if you can't say half the shit you say when you're pissed, then yeah, Dennis, it's a fucking problem.
That's bullshit. What are you talking about? You mean I can't say things unless I'm pissed? What's that?
Forget it. Lock up when you're done.
Where are you going?
To bed, where do you think?
Oh, we're not going to fix this.
Fix what?
So yeah, let's talk about Castletown. So
That was our home for a while.
it was our home for a while. We did we had one amazing early morning one, me and you for sure.
That was the one, yeah.
Where
it
the
was
sun rose.
freezing,
It
but
was so
nice.
cold, and I was like, and it was a drone. That's the with
Yeah.
electrical cables and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
It's annoying because the thing about when you're that cold and you're that, but it's so good. It's like you're both, because I was basically, my hands were out like
What
that.
time
and
did
it's-
we start? 5 o'clock?
Yeah,
Half
five o'clock. But like it's obviously because you're both doing different things, and like I was there with the camera and my hands were shaking. But every time I saw something different, I was like, "Please, we got to try this one. We got to try this one." And like your feet as well. Remember how wet it was, and then it's like just like freezing like that.
Afterwards, I couldn't wait to get into socks, man.
Good morning.
I'd probably look terrible.
Yeah, it's really bright.
That's much better looking than I am. But yeah, it's cold, man. Look at the fucking ground, it's freezing. It's kind of like fucking November or something. I should be getting up in the morning, like at the dawn, and fucking doing yoga and crap like that, you know what I mean? But no, I'd rather fucking go to bed just as the dawn's fucking breaking. There's a thing saying that people who fucking stay up late night owls, they're better lovers, but they have bad habits, and they tend to be less happy. And they're charming, yeah. 4 out of 4, man. Yeah, it's good. Oh, it's a bit heat coming in now.
We got such good, like there's not even that many in the actual
No, and
film.
that's sad as well,
Yeah.
because like that's the one thing about this one in particular. There's so many great shots in it, but you can't believe how many great shots were left behind.
Yeah. It's just weird as well because like it's one of those annoying things where the flow of the edit and the flow of the story just came into some form of whoa, and then but there's also some of the shots that are in it. I'm like, whoa, that's insane. Can't remember. Like it's cool looking back because you're like, oh, I remember that part and that fucking day and how fucking hard that day was to get through it. Like some days we were like,
No, it's very hard. I must have walked about 20 miles that day,
Yeah.
that morning.
So, we are here in the spot for Audible Memoir. We are currently putting the lights up. Oh, he is peeing!
Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that.
I'm not doing that, don't worry.
You are doing that.
I'm not doing that. So, time to be professional here and set up some lights, bro.
Lighting shop and stuff like that. Oh, you're recording, are you?
Yeah, I'm recording. So, this is the location, and here is Galvo's attire. So we have the 80s style shirt.
Yeah, we're gonna have to give it clean.
The beautiful shoes.
The shoes.
The trousers. That your zipper is not done.
Yeah, well, you might be able to see me smile. I don't know what my hair is like either. It's probably crazy.
And we're wearing maskies because it's dangerously dusty. Quote my brother, right?
Yeah.
So time to get some
It's just
tape
being
on.
weird.
So this is well, all the electricity has gone out. So I'm going to be putting these guys there, and hopefully it works. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna get changed now, so don't be a pervert.
All right, I'll leave the GoPro just up, up. Ooh, it looks kind of disgusting. Oh my god, there's a spider right on the fucking ladder, man.
Well, his life is there, you know.
That's what I'm saying. It's just crazy. This is what happens in the wild in this house.
The wild, like.
Here, do a little house tour.
Right, I have to do a house tour. I don't know what that entails. There's Connor.
Almost at the lighting. I had to do another one there, and then another upstairs.
Oh, we'll leave that for later. Right, that's that yoke there. I like that thing there. Put your feet. Oh, this is upstairs. Teddy bear that's gonna get destroyed.
I'm gonna get one quote just here. I'm not gonna do like a massive one, but just to kind of take away the smile. Oh god,
Jesus.
I really just don't feel good doing this, but
Well, you shouldn't feel good because it's psychotic. Wow, he has a beautiful eye. Oh, look at his face. His face is so nice. Oh, man, this is odd. I don't know. Could you go to hell for this? Is this a sin?
it probably is, man.
Everything. Does
Anybody.
And he's waving to me. He's like, dude, stop it.
No.
Stop it. Right, that's that. With the great thing about acting is sometimes your body leads you and it's bringing you to places. Like, even we're kind of jumping a bit ahead now onto the last location, where that sunset was amazing. We had everything and it all just kind of came together, and it was like, even when the scene where I was walking around and then I found that that cross type thing
That
with
was
the
terrifying
stones,
as well.
and
Like,
I was like, it was just brought to me, and where I was as an actor and in the character, fully in the character at that point, I thought, that's okay, that's Kira's dead and she's buried there and that's where she died, and I was like, she didn't die. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't
if
know
she
what-
was.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
So-
he was in his mind, and he was just holding on to that energy. And then even now, I still have problems with my wrist because Connor bought like the most
yeah, they're
indestructible,
from deals or something. They were
the
just-
most indestructible canvas known to man. And when I hit it against a rock, my whole fucking yeah, but I still have problems with my wrist because of that. Because even now I'm trying to stamp on the thing. Right. That didn't work at all. Let me just go back there.
Yeah.
I was like, look,
Nothing- it
I'm
was-
not the strongest guy in the world. I'm not the weakest guy in the world. I'm fit-ish. I was like, this thing, I can't break. I still could. Like, you get the hammer to it. It couldn't. It doesn't burn. The thing doesn't burn.
It didn't burn it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we're
was
trying to
really
burn
weird.
it. It won't
Really
burn.
weird.
It wouldn't break.
Very
Like,
strange.
whoever made them.
It's not wood. It's plastic. It has to be plastic.
Well, it's got a wooden
Yeah, I know.
fucking
And that's what I'm
thing.
saying. It's not wood. It's not real wood.
And then we're on the train tracks as well, and I was like, being not paranoid, but like, you have to be.
Are you very like?
You can't just be.
I'm
Like,
like,
no,
oh,
I was like, you do this as quick as possible, get it done as quick as possible, because if we get in the moment, if I start getting in the moment, like, I go for a walk, and then. Hello!
But like that, the thing he's talking about there with the grave, that was one of the scariest shoots ever, because like the sky was literally coming. You know, it gets pink and it's amazing, and it's like it was scattering everywhere, and the moment was great. His thing was great, but I was looking at the camera and it started flashing.
Oh.
And I was like, dee, and I was like, I had 1 minute left on the SD card as well. So I
Oh,
literally
I
was
didn't know
like,
that. I didn't know
and that's
that.
why when I was doing it, it's like people that film will know this weird feeling where you're filming something and you're kind of like, you're in the zone, but you're also like panicking to shit because you see what's left and like, oh fuck, and then something always amazing happens right when that happened. But literally as it finished, as he was done, I was like, are we done? He's like, yeah, and I was like, oh, and then poof.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the editing for this
thing.
Audible memory, and the thing that I'd say is a bit of a hassle and a problem for you was so much footage.
Yeah.
There was a
Well,
lot.
actually,
What,
to
there
be
was
honest,
a
I don't
lot?
think it was. No, I don't think genuinely. This is the one time I'll put my hand up and say I don't think it actually was the footage that was scaring me.
What was it?
It was just I
you're-
wasn't connected with how I wanted it to be and stuff like that. So when I first started, so basically what happened was when we were testing all stuff, I used Revolutionary Road's sound.
Oh
the
yeah,
fight
yeah.
scene. That
was
was like
really cool.
that's what.
That was the example we
Yeah,
used.
that's how I
for
kind of
the
was like.
team.
This is how it's gonna
I
sound.
haven't watched that yet.
It's a very good film. This is how it's gonna sound. This is how it's gonna blah, blah. So that was in my head, and I couldn't detach from that with my own stuff. So I was kind of in that mindset of, oh, it's gonna sound like this, it's gonna look like this, because I had a whole intro done. It was a cool intro, but then when I got to the actual thing and it was all done, I was doing it, and I was really like, I don't know. There was some kind of like, there was no, you didn't have any feelings for anything. I was just kind of watching a commercial or something. Like, I mean, I was kind of watching like, at this point. Then I was talking to Galvo. Then I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm kind of stuck. I don't know where I'm at. But then we sat here, just there where I'm pointing,
Yeah, that was an interesting day.
and I was just asking him. I was like, look,
You were feeling very, which is a thing that happens a lot, I think, in general with artists. You were feeling very overwhelmed with everything. You weren't connected to it, which like was weird because I was like, this is kind of your baby, you know what I mean? And I've always will maintain that it came from Conor's head. It's a very interesting concept. It's a bit like Memento in some ways, but like I don't think you watched Memento at that point.
I was very bad at watching films.
Yeah, no. So it's a bit like that with the whole going backwards and forward, and that's what I think as well. You were still sticking to a script kind of thing, and I was like, you're sticking to a narrative, and it's like at every stage when you're making art, the art will tell you what it wants. Then your idea of what it is, yeah, you can batter your head against the wall and really force that thing, but you're gonna suffer.
Yeah.
And so when we were sitting there, I was just like, well, what about the character? What is the character going? What's his journey? Where is he at? Have you connected to this character? And then I think you just kind of step back a little bit from yourself and your ideas from it. And once you connected to the character, it was like, I'm having the best fun in the world.
No, because it's funny, because even I think there, I remember we were there, like, I wasn't even planning on, I was kind of just going to show you a little bit of it. Because I think the main thing was leave the light on, and the main thing was gig day.
Let's not mention
for,
that.
No, but as what I'm saying is that's what my focus was at. That's why I was so overwhelmed. I was like, I can't do all this stuff. But then Audible, I asked you one little question thinking I'd get like just one response, and I was like, yeah, and I can keep that in mind for now. But then when it clicked, I was like, oh shit. I went back home, and then I think it took me 2 nights to edit it.
Yeah, 2 nights. It was basically nearly 90 minutes. You were in the zone with it.
Yeah, but I was playing, this is how I did it. But this is probably not advisable. I was staying up till like 5 in the morning.
I think that's
But-
normal
I was playing COD, so I was playing COD in the middle of each game, right?
Well done, by the way. You haven't mentioned COD at all. Like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's mad about CODs.
Yeah, it was Cold War for those wondering, and played League Play. But I just kind of got into the zone, and then when I was editing, the cool thing about it was just everything kind of landed in this zone or whatever. It was really weird, like even the songs and I was like, there was one point where I was like, whoa, like I felt this massive wave of like, whoa, this is really cool. This is deadly. This is coming together. And that was the first night, and I was like, I think I got like 4 minutes of it done.
You got half of it basically done.
And then the second night, it just did it, and then the third night was kind of just polishing shit up, and then I was like, I actually got it done within 2 days. And I was just playing COD for an hour, stopping, editing for 2 hours, playing COD, and it's just because I kind of had my brain alert to like, reaction, and then going into this zone. And then so it was 2 days full of editing, and then probably like 1 or 2, maybe 2 other days to like for the audio, and then just for some stuff that he mentioned. I was like, oh, this part, like to be fair, it was one of the best feelings ever when Galvo, he goes, yeah, there's actually not much to change. And I was like, because obviously when you do something that big and you're putting all the time into the edit, and you're like, you're obviously always hoping for all clear. Obviously that's your ego, and that's your kind of
everybody
don't want to be.
Nobody wants to be fucking spending forever having.
So that was.
I don't want you to.
Yeah.
I don't personally want you to be doing that. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I have to say this to Conor now. I have to do this. But I'm like, okay, that's me put my ego aside and go, it's about the work, it's about the art. I'll tell you if it is or it isn't fitting.
Yeah. No, and it's just like that feeling of like more work. I'm like, but this time it's just like, man, really well done. And I was like, only this part and this part, and they were like really minor things, like just like literally shift it. Because if you have to change a song or something, it's like a whole. But yeah, it was great. It was a great feeling. I was like, it's like, woo! That was the first short that was done, edited. That was the.
Well, it's the first everything.
Yeah, but as in like that was the one. Was it? Yeah.
It's the first thing we worked on. It's the first thing we
put the amount of time in.
We're the first thing we shot. Yeah. And like a tremendous job from everybody, all the actors involved, and for Aoife letting us do the work in our house, and then for little Sonny in there as well.
And Joseph Anderson for the house as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And yeah. And like everything, like for nature and the universe, for like being aligned with us and feeling like okay, we're on the right path for it, you know. And also it's a learning curve. Like the whole point of Journeyisms is that we're learning what we're doing at the minute. I have a ton of experience from doing lots of stuff, and Conor has a ton of experience from doing all the stuff that he did. And he, as he said, he had a channel before. Hopefully you do or you don't find it. What would be the hopes for this particular project short, Audible Memory, when it goes out to the world? What are you hoping for? Do you have hopes, or are you just going to go, okay, that's out, fuck it, leave it be, and that's the way of it?
I think initially I was like, this is... Because at the time, obviously, writing the synopsis, writing the world, kind of feeling good about it. I felt really good about it, and I was feeling like, oh, I can actually write when I really put the head on. Like, as in, not that I could write, it just like, it was a cool concept came. And I was really proud of it. And I think this, to me, at the time, we didn't have many other shorts written. I think this is probably the first. It is the first because it's going to be a short. It's going to be like a little thing.
Well, it was meant to be an easy thing.
Yeah, but
that was a lot of back and forth about me having to say to Conor, well, look, I don't want to, I never will, and I hope you've realised that, I never stop you following your energy and your thing, and if you want to go that way, that's what you have to. What I try to do with Conor is like, is it what it is, or is it this thing?
Yeah.
Is it that, or no? It isn't. It isn't. It isn't. Yeah, no, it actually is a big. It's like 12 minutes.
That's the biggest thing we
did.
How
many minutes is it altogether? You're
11
minutes for the first thing.
Filming,
most people would do something that's maybe 5 to 7 minutes long.
So that was yeah, but I think initially I was just really excited about it, and you know, obviously I was thinking, because I had obviously preconceived images in my head, and once we took the pictures, we had one day of test with the pictures, and we took the poster shot, and I was like, whoa, this is...
Yeah, it was really nice.
Just felt really, I don't know, I was like, this, I would love this.
I don't know why the memory of like, we didn't even use fake cigarettes. I don't smoke.
Yeah.
And I was like smoking, and I was like, oh, it's a bit of a
because I told him, it's like, you don't have to inhale, and it's like
you have to.
And I was gonna say to him,
like,
yeah, but I was gonna say to him, you know, I can make. He said, no, sorry. So I was like, okay, and then he remember this one time he came back, he's like, man, I'm pretty lightheaded. I was like, yay. I think everyone would be lying saying that I wouldn't want it to be seen. Like, obviously, yeah, it'd be dead to have it seen. It'd be dead to have it, you know, shown in places that are whatever. It would be amazing, but mainly just to, I suppose, see the amount of work that we did. Like, regardless, people like it,
and I like that. I like the fact that
how much time we put into it.
We put so much effort into the behind the scenes and recorded, and that was one of the things that I wanted a lot. Is that part of the Journeyisms was for everyone. That like, if you want to make something, you can still do it. Like,
it's gonna have
it's not
a lot of stuff on your back. Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff that can happen, but if you really believe in stuff, don't let anyone stop you. Just go out and do it, and also don't talk to people. Don't mention your stuff too much.
Yeah, that's basically I learned, is not to.
You don't be telling people what you're doing until you've done it, because, and I've had to teach Conor that, because I've learned the hard way. I used to say do stuff and people will pull you apart and bring you down and make you feel like a piece of shit. And it's like, you make art and you make your projects in silence, and then hopefully now when we launch this, and whether people like it or not, and this is another thing I teach Conor, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter if you like it or you don't care. It's like, we're making it because that was what's inside of us, and that's what needs to go out into the world, and we're not making it for money. Obviously, if you want to give us lots of money, we will accept all the money, but it's not for that. It's because there was an idea that germinated inside of his soul, and he was a channel, and it came out through that, and then I helped shape that channel, all with the other thing that I'll say as well. If you're going to help somebody, you can't be doing it because you want something from it, or you want to get a thing from it, or you have to be doing it for the best of what it is and for that person. And that's what I always did with it. The only thing that maybe I closed one door, it's like, there was a point where Colin was like, oh, let's put it in festivals, and I was like, no. That's not happening. Because I've been on that thing of trying to go get grants and trying to do this stuff and put it, and you put something that takes 2-year cycle. You're in a 2-year cycle, and you have to pay. See your thing, you have to pay to put stuff into a festival. So like, if you want to put it on a festival and you want to come to us, and we'll let you do whatever you want with it. But art shouldn't have to go through all of these middlemen and all of these things. You should just be able to make art and then put it out, and then if you like it, fantastic.
Bebop boop beep bebop boop boop beep bop. That's that one. Alright.
That took a long time for just Audible.
I think that's like about 2 hours.